Alright, we've got this Civic project behind me. What I'm doing on it is a new charge pipe setup for the intercooler. He changed the intercooler and intake manifold to the Skunk 2 Ultra Street, which is going to require either modification to charge piping or a new charge pipe set. So on this one, since he changed to the Ultra Street intake manifold and to the 75mm throttle body, it's going to go ahead and be a whole new set. He had a 2.5-inch charge pipe set on it before, so to match the throttle body 75mm, we're just going to upsize the whole cold side to 3-inch and do a new hot side on it. Since it went from a back door intercooler to side, I had to go back, cut the compressor housing back off because it was welded before to fit the back door intercooler. So cut it back, built a new hot side for it, so it's all taped perfectly. So I'll take it all back apart, bead roll all the pipes, tack it up, and get it welded. And I'll come back and show you also on blow off valve flanges, how to fit them up. Like this is going back to a tile flange, and tile flanges come coped for a 2.25-inch pipe, meaning it doesn't sit on the 3-inch pipe how it should. So to get those to fit properly, what I do is I always go back and I grind them down and recope them so that it sits on a 3-inch. If you've ever seen like a blow-off valve flange break off from pressure, and it looks like, oh my God, it's a terrible weld and it must be running 1,000 pounds of boost. Not really. What usually happens is the flange wasn't sitting on the pipe, and the gap from it being coped too tight was just filled, and pressure at that point blew it off. But if you take them and refit them and make the flange sit on the pipe as it should, then that won't happen. So I'll show you a close-up of what that is, and then I'll go from there and get this all welded up. Okay, this is the tile 50mm flange. The same flange is used for like the PTE blow-off valves. Turbo Smart is similar. Turbo Smart, you can buy their blow-off valves with either a tile flange or the Turbo Smart flange. Everybody thinks they're the same, and they're not. The Turbo Smart flange actually comes coped for 3-inch, which that's something else I can show you because I do a lot of those on a 2.5-inch pipe. And when you do that, it's almost a reverse, because then the flange doesn't fit well because it's coped too wide. But I'll show those when I get back to doing one. But yeah, this is a 3-inch pipe. And you see how the flange sits and has all that gap on it? What you want to do is cope this, grind it down so that it'll end up sitting flush on the pipe. So I'll go over to the grinder, get this cut down, and come back and show you. Got this coat down, much better fit. And that way I'll get a real good weld. So I'll go in there now, get these broke apart. Well, not break this one apart. Bead roll both ends of this. Break the bottom 2 pieces apart. Bead roll those. Get them welded up, and this will be ready for final assembly. Alright, I'm not going to actually weld these on camera because it's so many angles. It would take forever with me moving the camera around or whatnot. But yeah, back to the tungsten. This is just a blue 2% tungsten. It's already sharpened. I'm swapping back over to do the aluminum, so I'm going to the smaller cup. Which this is a number 5. Nothing special. I don't use like a clear Pyrex or gas lens or anything like that. It's a number 5 miller. This thing has, I've got boxes of them, but I use them till I can't use them anymore. This is got a countless amount of shit, probably 6 months I've been on this cup. And it'll stay in there until I crack it or drop it or something like that, and then I'll just go to another one. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna start welding these up, and I'll show you the finished product before I put them back on the car. Talk about rod. I use a 1/16 and a 3/32. Usually on badges and blow-off valve flanges, or any type of aluminum where there's like a small gap, I go to the 3/32 rod. But in most cases, doing joints on charge piping, I just use a 1/16. Keep it small, keep it simple, and go from there. Alright, got these all welded up, ready to go back on the car. So I'll get the blow-off valve stuck on the pipe, mount it back up, and I'll show you the finished product. While I'm getting this blow-off valve ready, always be sure to stick the O-ring on the flange. If you don't, it's going to wiggle and leak. So a non-torn, good shape O-ring is important. If you don't have yours, we have them in stock, replacements for both Tile, Precision, and Turbo Smart. So yeah, there's that little tidbit of information, commercial per se. But yeah, let me get this stick on there and I'll show you the end result. That's basically it for the Civic. I'll get the bumper stuck back on there. I trimmed it out some yesterday, so yeah, stick the bumper on, I'll roll it back to the door, and it's ready to go. I appreciate y'all checking it out. As you can see, up next we have the NSX and the CRX, and I think the Prelude to do. So yeah, I stay busy. I appreciate all the work. I appreciate the clients, the customer base, and keeping me busy. So again, thanks for checking it out, and I'll see y'all next time. I completely forgot to say S2000. The S2000 is actually next, before the CRX. Finishing up the manifold of the NSX and doing the Prelude, so I'll kind of be working on all those together. But yeah, I'll get this bumper drilled out. I got to open up one of the holes and get it mounted back up.